That's such an important distinction, because I hear many times to say, yeah, you need to be open to feedback, or the people that I coach will say, yeah, but what do I do when the feedback is not a healthy feedback? I mean, for example,
Exactly.
the person is asking me to change my personality or to change who I am. Should I accept that feedback, right? And I think you bring a very important distinction. Be open to feedback, but as long it sits within your own values, right? Because if it's against your values, you might want to ignore some of that feedback.
Absolutely. And you were talking about probably tips of or things that people can do in the office. For me is, I mean, you have your daily work, but you need to find that sometimes it's with extra time, things that you really like to do. And I am a big fan of volunteering. And at the end, sometimes my calendar was a little bit crushed, but on topics that really gave me the energy that I needed to compensate other things that I had to do that probably were not my my favorite things to do, but it was important that I deliver on those topics. So working with communities, for me, that was important. Being mentor of some people, and I remember one time a boss told me, "Oh, but you have too many mentees, and probably you need to balance better." I said, "Yeah, but that I was using my lunchtime, or I was connecting with people at the end of the day, or very early in the morning, but that gives me energy. I learn a lot when I'm coaching others, and that was my decision, and that was giving me what I needed. No, as well as participating in forums of diversity and inclusion. And when I was in Europe, I like to have the forum with the Latin American crowd to connect because we share some values, and that requires putting meetings in the calendar. It's time, but for me, the return of the investment is fantastic, and I was happy doing that. So I always promote, I mean, people need to be aware of how they manage the burden of things they have to do. But when you work extra for something that you like, it doesn't feel extra work. It feels like a reward. No, so push for that and find the time to do that, because that compensates a lot.
That's beautiful.